Welcome to another edition of Apocalypse. Apocalypse. I forgot how to say this word. Armageddon is a synonym. I'll just use that until I fix my brain. Another edition of my livestream podcast, whatever it is. I hope you're still avoiding the COVID-19 virus, self-isolating, keeping a 2-meter safe distance from your crush. For tonight, I have a very dear friend of mine and a special guest straight from Serbia, from the place where I'm from as well, from Niš in Serbia. The whole idea with this podcast is that I'm ringing friends all around the world who are involved in music and who are suffering, their business or their art is suffering from this virus because there's no places where we can actually perform. So I decided to call my very dear friend and hip-hop artist from Serbia. His name is Marko. And he is known for playing in a very well-known Serbian hip-hop band, Stereo Banana, which means a quarter-inch jack. So on your right, ladies and gentlemen, you can see Marko. Hello, Marko. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. God bless in this time of distress.
God bless, Joel. Thank you for having me, bro.
How are you doing? Are you locked in, or do you have freedom of movement?
Yeah, sort of. I don't know. I'm locked in right now because it's here in Serbia. It's, I don't know, 8:20. Yeah, I don't know. We're isolated as well, as I guess, like the rest of the planet. I mean, Europe at least at this moment. So I don't know. I'm sitting home and trying to, I don't know, find some inspiration to work on some new projects in music, and I don't know. It's a bit surreal if you ask me. So I don't know what to say, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel the same. We all feel the same. For my Irish viewers and listeners, just to kind of give them a quick update, there is a curfew in Serbia where people are actually not allowed to be on the street after 8 p.m. And if anybody's caught being outside, they will be fined how much money?
I need to convert it in euro.
No, just tell me in local currency, Serbian dinar.
150,000 dinars, so it's more than 1,000 euro.
Okay, so that's 1,500 euro. Yeah, that's a lot. And taking into account the average salary over there is probably around 300 euro up to 500 euro. That's equivalent of paying, I don't know, like 6,000 euros in Ireland. And is it true that they're gonna reduce this curfew up to 5 p.m. from tomorrow?
Yeah, from tomorrow, starting tomorrow. Yeah.
So it's very militant kind of style of enforcing safety. What do you think about that, or is it a good thing?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. If it's, I don't know, if it's gonna help, then I'm fine with it. So yeah, I have some opinion on my own. I don't know. I just don't believe that much in mainstream media, and I think that I believe that viruses exist. I do believe that, and I believe it can be dangerous, but I think it's, I don't know, overblown somehow. I think it's the propaganda. I believe this is some sort of social experiment or whatever. That's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm just conspiracy theorist in my spare time. But that's what I think, man.
Okay, fair enough. Just to give a little bit more background to my viewers from Ireland or all around the world. So, as I mentioned earlier, Marko is a hip hop artist from Serbia. So, in terms of how big Stereo Banana is, an example. In Ireland, all musicians are obviously writing and singing in English, so the whole world is their market. So a recent example would be Fontaine's DC breaking into US market, which is a very cool thing, and they are singing in a kind of North Dublin accent. So Marko is rapping in a very kind of southern Serbian accent. So that would be equivalent on a Dublin scene when there's lots of hip hop artists that even I know personally that they're rapping in a very thick kind of northern Dublin accent. So it's a very good thing to break through a mainstream market with such an accent. And because in ex-Yugoslavia, that would be around 20 million people. So Stereo Banana broke through, and they're very well known around the whole ex-Yugoslavia territory: Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia, Macedonia. And I will quickly show you a video of their performance on. This is from Beer Fest in Belgrade live. So. Very big gig. So how would you describe your music? It's not pure hip hop. It reminds me a little bit of I don't know, like a bit of Prodigy kind of elements, maybe Cypress Hill.
Well, we came up with a name, Kung Fusion. It's Kung Fusion, Serbian, like Kung Fusion, like it's like merged. Two words merged, like kung fu and fusion. So we came up with a name to make it easy for I don't know, listeners or promoters to label us somehow. How can I describe it? I don't know, man. It's definitely has
Confusion is just. Confusion is a great explanation. You're quite unique in what you do. And tell me, you are obviously performing and writing lyrics for this duo, and Nemus, he's a producer and he's producing beats for your duo. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, so sorry.
No, yeah, I just want to ask you. So you kind of have split roles over there. You're responsible for writing the lyrics, and he's responsible for production.
Yeah, that was from the beginning. It was like that. I don't know. It was spontaneous because I was interested in writing lyrics and rapping since I was a kid, and he was into making music. And at first point, we started to write lyrics together, but after a little while, so he decided to start producing, and making beats. So I mean, definitely has a lot of UK influence in our music. There's a lot of drum and bass, some jungle tracks. I don't know, reggae. So I don't know. It's mix. So we want to. The only thing that we care about is to sound. We want to sound unique, and that's the only thing that we are aiming for. That's uniqueness, and when we achieve that, we are satisfied. But I don't know how it's gonna be for this next project because we made some modern stuff. I don't know how our older fans are gonna react to that, but I don't know. We need to wait and see because we were planning to shoot a video this weekend, but we had to postponed it because of the situation, obviously, and right now we need to wait like the rest of the world. Yeah.
It's very, very understandable. And tell me, did you lose many gigs because of this virus? Were you?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we were supposed to go in Brussels, in Belgium, at the end of the April, I think the 24th or 25th, I don't know. And we were supposed to spend there a week there because there was some workshops as well, and we were supposed to mingle with the other artists from Belgian scene, and we had to cancel that. I really hope so that this is just a delay, not gonna be cancelled completely. So yeah, we lost a few of them, 3 or 4 in April. And after that, I don't know, we have some festival in May. I don't know what's gonna be about. I don't know. It's too soon to tell, because you never know, man. You cannot predict how it's gonna happen in this, I don't know, next couple of months. I don't know.
Yeah, lots of artists are suffering from the same thing in the moment. And are you using time creatively? Do you write any new material now, or are you just chilling? And
yeah, I'm trying. To be completely honest, I didn't do much in last week because we had several sunny days here. It was a spring, and I was trying to catch some sunshine. And today is a much colder day, and it's gonna be cold in the next 10 days. So I guess I'm gonna be locked up in this improvised studio of mine, and I'm gonna do something new. I hope so. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds good. So let's have a quick break, and I'm gonna play one of your songs over here. This song has over 1 million views on YouTube. The song is in Serbian, but the production is super sweet, and I hope the listeners are going to enjoy this. The interesting fact over here, I know that somewhere during the middle of the video you're actually wearing a WOB t-shirt, yeah, representing. So it's kind of cool. So this is Stereo Banana. Enjoy the video. It's a very cool video.
Uviđenu stvar ponaša se ko da pohađa audio seminar. On je anti-superhero i ne čuje kad mu kažeš nemoj ni direktno, a kamoli u nekoj formi uvijeno. Iz baritona pređe mu tenor, vidiš li me da udara u crveno. Većina njih to uporno ne konta, pogledim se gubi negdje iza horizonta. Da li možda grešim pri izboru slova, gledam, pizdim, zvocam, bojim ja oca. Pripiti u mraku se jako lako spotaknu, nose pića kao paknu, ne bi da se maknu. Ne pokušavaj ni da se trudiš da mi se mrštiš, sljedeći put pa te bijem preko prsti. Terate neki đavo da račkaš elektriku, skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. Urlam u više kilometarskom prečniku, skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. Na Times New Roman, a i na Helvetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. I što me teraš da ti se ta žestim tu. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. Terate neki đavo da račkaš elektriku, skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. Urlam u više kilometarskom prečniku, skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. Na Times New Roman, a i na Helvetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. I što me teraš da ti se ta žestim tu. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zbojiš tehniku. Žurka, rastafare vibracije, to su ovacije koje doživljavaju stalne reinkarnacije. U viru loše ventilacije, to je ona godišnja hiperinflacije. Svake male neiskusne napinjačice, kao da nam nije dosta komplikacije. Svakoga vikenda mačovanje sa racije, kućeviti kadar kao simbol okupacije. Znati željnici dolaze u grupama, fanovi brz Sine svojim svetim rukama diraju dugmiće, svako bi da klikće. Bežive tam, sad uređeno kiće, noće da se fotka, zove me da iziđe, ma to nacikće. Mani se pobrati me da mi se po kablovi zaplićeš, tada mu čelik na opremu spusti svoje piće. Đavo da ročkaš elektriku, skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Makni se odavde sa tu jeftinu kozmetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Na tajziju roman, a i na helvetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Morali da ti ponavljam 55. put. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Urlam u više kilometarskom prečniku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Na tajziju roman, a i na helvetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. I što me teraš, da ti se trčestim tu. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Terate neki đavo da ročkaš elektriku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Makli se odavde sa tu jeftinu kozmetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Na tajziju roman, a i na helvetiku. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku. Morali da ti ponavljam 55. put. Skloni mišku, nemoj da zvojiš tehniku.
Tvrdim da sam šampion.
So that was a Stereo Banana, amazing video shot by our friend Miodrag Misha Ignjatovic, who's shooting my very first music video as well. Just a sec, let me just switch you on to main screens. One man operation, Studio 2, Studio 1. So yeah, this was great. When did you film this? This was back in 2016, as I can see over here. On YouTube.
Yeah. It was from our second album. So I maybe at that particular moment I didn't know if it's the best idea, best selection for a video, because I don't know. It's just like the lyrics are not related to, I don't know, some wider audience, as I can say. We had a maybe even bigger hit at that moment. There's some witty love song on some, I don't know, with some drum and bass beats. But yeah. Actually, the trivia about that video, that guy that played that young fella, he played in a movie, famous movie here. So actually, I have to be completely honest and say that he helped us a lot to gain those million views.
He is a famous actor in Serbia, right?
Yeah, it's not famous,
well known at least.
Famous, but he was like a kid when he got famous, and people remember him, and tabloids just spread the news about, oh, look at him now, he's all grown up doing drugs and getting drunk, look at him, he's becoming this and that, and people clicked, and we had, I don't know, 300,000 in 2 days, I think, and he helped us a lot, so shout out to him. Yeah,
that's cool. 1 million views for a hip hop band. That's really cool. And tell me, what kind of music do you listen to in terms of hip hop? Are you more into the old school stuff, or more this kind of modern sounds like trap, or?
To be completely honest, I haven't listened to hip hop for, I don't know, I stopped listening maybe 2011, 12, and I started listening again 2 years ago. So I missed some of it. So I'm catching up right now, and I'm cool. with it. I'm cool with all this new sound. I have nothing against it, because we need to evolve in some way, because something are trendy. I don't have problem with trap beats. I have problem with people not rapping on trap beats. You know, he just spits some words. I understand it's like a new style and all that, but you know, I'm cool with trap beats. But you know, give me something like show me your skill or something. You know, not just I don't know spitting two words in.
So it's easier just to kind of rap in triplets. It's less effort than.
And not just that, it becomes a gimmick after a while, because when I started rapping, not just rapping, you know, making music as well, only thing that you wanted to do is to be, as I mentioned before, unique and recognizable. You know, you need to. Everybody talked about that. You know, you need to have your own style. You know, so I was, you know, raised in such manner. You know, and right now people are all trying to sound the same. You know, because you cannot tell who is who. You know, because everybody's rapping in the same way and they trying to hit the the same to have the same you know voice. They have you have that phenomenon of mumble rap. What is for mumble rap for me is like oxymoron. You know, how can you mumble and rap in the same way, man? I cannot process that. I'm still processing it, and okay, I can get it. It's cool because you know, I think it's not just music. I think it's you know, it's how can I say? It's cool to do things without giving much effort. You know, it's like, oh come on, you're trying too hard. Cool down, lay low, and that's something that's like cool. It's you know, and you know when we were growing up, we all wanted to give everything that we have. You know, and that's the only reasonable thing, if you ask me, and it's I don't know. I still have something. I'm starting to accept accepting those kind of stuff, but it's you know from artist to artist. You know, some artists is cool. I can listen to it, but another one is whack. So yeah, I don't know. Some of them, some new cats, some new kids are good. Very good. I don't know. It's a funny thing. When I was starting to listen to hip hop again, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I don't even remember. I discovered that those guys from England actually, High Focus is the name of the label, and they were doing the boom bap hip hop Americans did in the 90s. You know, it was the same pattern, and in this modern era when everyone else is doing trap and all that. But now even they, I think they're mixing, and I'm trying to go both ways, to be honest, because I'm open to new tendencies. Why not? But just I don't know. Give me something, man. Show me some skill. I don't have a problem with new stuff, man. So yeah.
That's cool. And tell me, because we're all locked in now, this isolation. I'm drinking cans over here and calling my friends and talk about music and how they're doing. That's the cause of this podcast. By the way, just a quick interruption over there. So I'm multi-streaming this on 5 or 6 different networks. So on Twitch, on Facebook, on Twitter. So feel free to drop us a message. I'm also streaming this on my personal Facebook. If you send us some text over there, we won't be able to see it. But if you go to WOB Facebook or Twitter or Twitch, drop us a message if you have any questions for myself or my guest. We are gonna do our best to answer that. Let's have some fun. Speaking of fun and cans, I just was talking. There's not a single pub is open over here in Dublin, but at least the shops are selling cans, so that's good. Are you drinking somewhere over there? Not that I'm trying to promote drinks. I'm just curious. How do you spend your nights in curfew isolation? Come on, what do you have over there? Show us.
Let me show you something.
I know you have something.
It's called stomaklija. In Serbian, it's like how you say brandy.
How strong is that in percentage of alcohol?
40%.
Okay, that's like whiskey. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not, but it's interesting thing. It's like made of. It's not because that we are famous, we Serbs and all that for rakia and all that rakia, and this is like a special one because it's not. Our rakia is made of fruit, plum predominantly, and this is a special one because this is a herbal one, and it has I don't know 70 different herbs blended in it, and it's made of.
So it's actually very healthy and it's vegan friendly, right? Because it's a herbal.
Yeah, vegan friendly. It's called stomaklija, and it's good for stomach because
all of the herbs. It's good for your flora and fauna in your stomach. Yeah, and is it possible to dry the herb off and smoke it afterwards? Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't tried that, but thank you for the idea. Yeah. So I don't have a glass with me. I'm gonna sip from the bottle.
Yeah, feel free. This is the only rule in this livecast podcast is there's no rules. So slunch to everybody, živjeli. I'm gonna play another tune from Stereo Banana. And I actually found this on YouTube earlier. So Marko is representing WOB with a t-shirt I sent him. This was my merch back. When did I send you this t-shirt? Was this like 5 years ago or more? But anyways, it's a cool song as well, and the song is mostly about being kind of productive businessman growing weed, right?
Well, the chorus is about that, but all lyrics, I don't know. I didn't have specific topic when I was writing it, and I don't know. I just came up with that hook and put it all together, and I liked it that way. So yeah, I don't know what's the topic. But yeah, in the chorus.
Well, for the topic, in the chorus, there's a bit of a joke about that. But basically, the way I see your lyrics are pretty much very kind of socially engaged in a satirical kind of way, calling out the government for being dickheads and I think your kind of hip hop, and this is the thing that I like about you, is it's not in a way that all hip hop or not all hip hop. I have nothing to do with hip hop, like I do drum and bass. But what I think, the battle kind of culture, like my rhymes are better than yours and stuff, all that kind of competition vibe. Nothing wrong with that. But I never heard that in your kind of lyrics. There is always kind of you have a good voice. You're using kind of vox populi. You're representing your people and really kind of trying to make a change in the government, not in the government, in your reality over there in Serbia. You're the voice of the people to point out some things that are actually happening that nobody's happy with, and you as an artist, that's your voice to kind of speak out for people.
Well, thank you for that. I'm not trying to be. It's spontaneous, man. I just started to make music because I liked it, and at some point, some other people liked it as well, and there you go. I'm happy with that. You just I will always make music. It's not about that. It's not just about whether someone is going to accept you or not. It's about your inner state and the feeling that you have, and that's I would make music if no one listened.
Exactly,
So
that's what I'm doing. I make music and nobody listens to it, It's just, I do it like it's my expression. I have a gift that I can express my feeling in form of music. Somebody can do that by painting or making money. I don't know, like I express myself through music. So although some of my friends over here from Ireland cannot understand the lyrics, it doesn't matter. The music is great, so I'm going to put this song on. And even speaking of the language barrier, even today when I'm listening to songs in English, I just most of the time I filter out the lyrics just because English is not my native. But anyways, English is not native to anyone in Ireland as well. It's second language to both of us, so it's a very cool kind of Serbian-Irish connection. So I'm gonna put this song from Stereo Banana. You enjoy. We're gonna have a sip of Stomaklia and a bit of cans, and we'll see you in 4 minutes and 48 seconds on the money.
Nađi me na ulici dok žongliram kaj sije. Ja tu robu, brate, kradem noću od komšije. I svi to znaju, al mi niko ništa ne sme. Zatrman 2-3 grane, 5-6 kila odnesem. Stil mi je uvezen, gore dole preko veze. Uđem u kineski centar da osmotrim sve Kineze. Na ostalo stoji oglas, isključivo za žene. Piše plata 8.000, ako jebem 16. Kupim čepku za WC i sitnice koje treba držati van domašaja dece. Ponovo jašem ulicu, metu zalemđane, roće da mu platim da mi svira kožnu frulicu. Bageri kopaju po celom gradu toliko brzo da su ispunili normu za olimpijadu. Vlada finansira pljuvanje u bradu, svi pljuju u daj, niko nema pljuvačku da pljune vladu. Kriminalci s istim facama, istim modelima, na sahranama i na veseljima. Oni svoja znojava čela obrišu evrima, pa plaćaju muziku u sitnima poenima. Ljudi prate sport jer nemaju šta drugo da rade. Marginalne grupe organizuju parade, dok u gradu uhodi me anketa. Gospodine, kako vam protiču najbolje godine? Šetnika, ja sam samo rasta, privatni preduzetnik, pokreće peticiju na najvećoj livadi, na Ravnoj gori se miljada senzati. Kad pustim bradu, ljudi misle da sam šetnika, ja sam samo rasta, privatni preduzetnik, pokreće peticiju na najvećoj livadi, na Ravnoj gori se miljada senzati. Misle da sam šetnik, privatni preduzetnik, na najvećoj livadi. Dugačak je dan, zemlja zalazećeg sunca poznatija kod Urlan. I Sinđelić bate, a ne Zvezda Partizan. Navijač u ofsajdu postaje huligan. Bogovi su pali na teme od treme, pa su ovde nehotice ili namerno zaustavili vreme. Stavili probleme u gene i sa hijene, iste te probleme prenose nadalje putem sperme. Zastanem malo pa pogledam oko sebe, doleću rode i odnose bebe. Klinci vide samo narodnjake kad uključe TV, šapuću kad je strofa, a se deru kad je refren. Za novu godinu u centru ministar baca konfete, prašinar uvek odabere tebe da te zapiše u tefter. A među ratničkom klasom bratu nema ni 3 kila zdrave jetre. Ovoj zemlji je suđena patos liga, druga opcija je nerealna. Jebi ga niga, prosperitet je za nas tako nadrealna slika. Kao futbaler na sajmu 24/7, kažeš kako izgledam. Kad pustim bradu, ljudi misle da sam četnik, a ja sam samo rasta, privatni preduzetnik. Pokrećem peticiju na najvećoj livadi, na ravnoj gori se miljada se zavi. Kad pustim bradu, ljudi misle da sam četnik, a ja sam samo rasta, privatni preduzetnik. Pokrećem peticiju na najvećoj livadi, na ravnoj gori se miljada se sadi. Misle da sam četnik, privatni preduzetnik. Na najvećoj livadi, se miljada se tašta. Misle da sam četnik, privatni preduzetnik. Na najvećoj livadi, se miljada se tašta.
Dragi građani, dragi građani, sreća vam je.
Hvala vam. Ćao vas.
Yes, so that was Stereo Banana from. This was a live performance on Serbian national TV RTS, which is equivalent to RTE or here. So let me just because this is still one man operation, I need to switch on my friend's microphone. Yeah, so for anybody who just joined in, this is Marko, a.k.a. Naopak, which means upside down. From a Serbian band called Stereo Banana. So banana is kind of slang word for a 1/4-inch jack. Why not mono? I don't know, because there's two of them probably. But have you ever thought to expand, like to have like a really big live band? Because I'm a very good drummer and I'm looking for a band.
Yeah, we get that question a lot, and we are, of course, we are thinking about it, and we want to do that. But I don't know. It's easier for us to travel as a duo, and I don't know. Maybe for some bigger gigs, definitely. I would love that. I would love that definitely. But I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, because we have planned to do that. I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. And it didn't happen, and I don't know, we're just waiting for a next opportunity, I guess. Some big concert, I don't know, some concert of our own, maybe here in Niš, in our hometown, I don't know.
I'm totally with you on that, because I used to have
make with Philharmony and all that.
Yeah, I totally understand the vibe of being much more kind of efficient and easier to tour as a duo. Like I am one man show now. It's so easy to tour because I have much more space in the car to sleep when I'm on my own, and there's less people to share €100 with, and
Exactly.
you know, 6-pack of beer lasts longer. Like there's benefits of being in smaller bands. Although no, I'm joking. Playing in a band is really cool. I used to play in like a 13-piece band. Being on a tour with a big band is amazing. It's so much fun with that amount of people, but at the same time organizing that, and when you do art there's not enough money, unfortunately, and kind of it doesn't last for too long, unfortunately. But you know, there's no rules, you never know. The best thing is just to kind of keep producing and creating music. And
I want to try that. Definitely, I will do that at some point. When, I don't know, because we're still struggling here to make a decent living out of it. I mean, we do just this. We don't have side jobs, and we are just, I don't know. We call ourselves musicians in the last 3 years. So yeah, finally we made it. And as I said, we don't have some side jobs. That's the only thing that we do, and I would love to do it with a band at some point.
So let me just repeat this just a sec. You live from your music. You don't have any other job. This Stereo Banana is paying your bills, and yeah. Fair play.
Yeah.
Man.
I have house of my own. I don't have to pay the rent. I don't have kids. I'm not married. So yeah, I can make a living out of it because otherwise, I don't know if that would be enough.
Man, fair play, because most of musicians, you know, we do call ourselves musicians, but it's really difficult to kind of live out of your art. So regardless of circumstances, whether you pay the rent or not, or whether you have children that you know of. But yeah, fair play to you. That's quite impressive. I just remember now, because you're in Serbia and I haven't been there a long time ago, and so you're my voice. You're my journalist from there. I heard there was a massive earthquake today in Croatia, and a friend of mine even posted a post. It was the strongest in the past 140 years. So that's a very scary thing. My thoughts, or our thoughts, go to everybody in Zagreb at the moment. It's really kind of bad situations to be in, because the virus is kind of happening, so everybody's advised to stay at home, but you stay at home and then earthquake rocks your boat, and then you need to go out and then don't go out. So it's kind of paradox situation to be in. Did you feel this earthquake in Serbia as well, or?
Maybe some northern part of Serbia they felt that. I don't know, because we are in the south. We didn't feel that. We didn't feel it, and yeah, it's. I just, when I woke up, I saw the news, and this, I don't know, devastating to see those people, especially in this situation. Man, it's, I don't know, unbelievable. And I saw some the two hospitals are torn down. I mean, part of them, and there's I don't know, patients that need to be taken care of, and it's devastating. So yeah, let's pray for them.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very sad situation. My thoughts are with everybody over there in Zagreb and Croatia. And what I want to ask you is, because I just mentioned, I think of me being in Serbia and you being my journalist over there. Last time I was in Serbia, I think it was in August last year. Before that, it was probably like 3 or 4 years. I don't go to Serbia often because I tour quite a lot during the summer with all the festivals over here. But I want to tell a funny story. So I met my friend Marko on your right, and our friend Vlajko, who is probably watching this now and playing Sony PlayStation and drinking white wine. I know it. And so we were drinking the same drink that Marko is drinking, and I was waiting for him, and he was a little bit late. So at the time, there is a very big jazz festival international jazz festival in Serbia. Lots
biggest
of
one in Balkans, to be more precise.
Yeah, and in like there's not many jazz festivals to say. There's like a few of them in Germany and in Netherlands. Like over here in Ireland, I don't think there's one at all. Maybe 12 points, but they're kind of floating around Europe. And so Fela Kuti's son was playing with his band, and so they needed some kind of happy smokes, and we knew a guy who knows a guy, but like nothing to do with us. Like we were just actually reading a story about this. It didn't happen to us, but basically those people who were in the story provided the stuff to this guy, and so Fela Kuti's son was okay, but the rest of the guys didn't want to pay the full amount. It was like 10 euros short.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, it was a story. It was a story I was reading. Like this actually didn't happen. It's science fiction, you know. Just
you just made it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can say. I think it's safe to say. I don't give a shit. Yeah, actually, there was I think guy who plays a saxophone.
We're not gonna call out anybody because, you know, like this was the story was written in French, and my French is not very good, so maybe I kind of didn't read a paragraph properly. Maybe it was not Fela Kuti, maybe it was like a Miles Davis or something like that. Like I don't know. Okay, we're 45 minutes in. I'm kind of trying to keep this around 45 minutes, 1 hour mark. Thank you so much for joining me. I do want to play one more song to kind of sign this off. Pick a song of yours.
I don't know,
Melon.
Balm. Yeah, I didn't get a chance much. Maybe I wanted to as you mentioned, Fela and Sean. I visited Africa last November. I've been to Ghana, and this is the first time that I've been outside of Europe. And I don't know, it's third world. It's third world for sure. But I don't know. I like people there, and I don't know. And Ghana is a mecca for music.
And you went, sorry to interrupt there. You went to Ghana. That was a music conference, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was it was music conference called Access, and it was organized by the name of the organization? I think it's Music in Africa, and it's from South Africa. And they have some collaboration with Reeperbahn Festival from Hamburg, from Germany, and I was a part of European delegation. So I was the only one actually from Balkan region. You know, majority of the delegation were Germans, and there are people from Netherlands. There were a couple of people from England, I think, and a guy from Poland and France. Yeah, there was French people there, and me from Serbia. So yeah, there was like 35 of us from Europe, just from Europe, and we all got, you know, all world was there. I didn't see Latin Americans, but rest of the world, all from Australia, Asians, you know. So it was my first conference, and it was Africa, and it was Ghana, and I was thrilled, man. It was like I don't know, like a fairy tale.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to you, and you told me that you were going to Tenerife or Mallorca after, so you were on some holidays.
Yeah, on the way back, I stopped by.
Working your tan, getting vitamin D.
Yeah. To Tenerife, Canary Islands.
That's amazing. Yeah, okay, so Marko, upside down, shall I call you in English? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Stay safe. Don't go outside your house after 5 p.m. I don't want you to break the government curfew and pay too much money.
I will do my best. I will not promise, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, and I hope this is not affecting your love life. I hope you can still visit your girlfriend, and
she's here, so yeah, cool.
Perfect. Okay, at least you're not fully suffering. Just suffer a little bit. Don't suffer too much. So okay, I'm gonna play a song, Stereo Banana Melem, and I will see you tomorrow again at 7 p.m. with another guest. It's a surprise. You never know.
Jasno kako ti ne dosadim. Gledaš svakog jutra kako iste stvari radim. Rukama te tražim da vidim da li si u blizini. Skupljaš moje sede vlasi po posteljini. Suptilno se protegneš kako samo ti umeš. Ne moram ništa da ti kažem jer me sve razumeš. S tobom je svaki trenutak prime time. Pristaviš za čaj, dobro jutro džara stafaraj. Nikad nisi kukala kad nije bilo para. Nikad me nisi bila pitala da li te varam. Jer nikad nisam prestao da ti se udvaram. Nisi me volela samo dok sam bio popularan. Tolerisala si moje fizičke nedostatke. Nisam imao pločice, zujali smo zajedno kao osice iz košnice. Puštala si nokte da bi mi čaškala mošnice. Boli me prostata zato što si koščata. Zauzmeš ceo jastuk zato što si glavata. Budim se sa tvojom kosom oko vrata. Pola veka braka puna usta tvojih dlaka. Boli me prostata zato što si koščata. Mažeš mi melem napravljeno do pijata. Dok nam sa gramofona poskakuje reggae. Mi se gledamo čutke, maziš mi staračke pege. tvoje zajedničke slike kažu da si najbolja riba u kraju i da te mrze komšike. Blistavim osmehom ubijaš sve brige, iritiraš udavače sa debelim slojem šminke. Zvocaš mi što jedem mnogo kasno, tvrdoglav sam pa forsiram samo masno. Dok s prozora gledaš omladinu što se ljubi, maštaš da nam po treći put izađu zubi. Život sa tobom je kao konstantan haj, noću nova godina, danju 1. maj. Uparimo se u dvoje dok se razliju boje, rola žamutku u papire sa romom aloe. Nije te pokolebala čak ni moja građa pileća, nije mi problem da sve probleme uzmem na svoja pleća, jer te nije groza da mi stiskaš bubuljice s leđa. Boli me prostata zato što si koščata, zauzmeš ceo jastuk zato što si glavata. Budim se sa tvojom kosom oko vrata, pola veka braka puna usta tvojih dlaka. Boli me prostata zato što si koščata, možeš mi melem napravljeno do pijata. Dokle sa gramofona poskakuje rege, mi se gledamo tuče, maziš mi staračke pege. Boli me prostata zato što si koščata, zauzmeš ceo jastuk zato što si glavata. Budim se sa tvojom kosom oko vrata, pola veka braka puna usta tvojih dlaka. Boli me prostata zato što si koščata, mažeš mi melem napravljeno do pijata. Dok nam sa gramofona poskakuje rege, mi se gledamo čutke, maziš mi staračke pege.
Duši moja, ljubavi moja, dušo moja, gugutko moja, anđele moja, biće ujutro, pera će stradati, naš pera će teško stradati.
Okay, so it says Pera, that's the name of some animal. Čerko, that's probably a dog, or no other animal got hurt during filming of this music video. So thank you so much for joining me again on Apocalypse. I still cannot pronounce this since yesterday. I need to recheck I need to rewire it. Okay, I'm going to use a synonym. That was Armageddon podcast. I'll see you tomorrow again at 7 p.m. We're going to play some live music with some special guests. Stay safe, avoid the virus, drink cans or drink tea, whatever you prefer. I'm going to sign off with my song from my upcoming EP, Odyssey, which is called My Calm Down, and it says so lonely, so it kind of works with this isolation vibes. Big love, talk to you tomorrow.